President William Ruto has warned Azimio party leader Raila Odinga that the anti-government protests slated for next week will not be allowed to take place. President Ruto, who spoke in Naivasha, Nakuru County, said the government will stamp its authority on the matter following the deaths of 13 people and the destruction of property worth millions of shillings in Wednesday's protests. Marianne Nyambura reports.
President William Ruto was on a tour of Naivasha, Nakuru County Friday to launch the Njambini-Naivasha road. The head of state, all too aware of the anti-government protests and the calls for 3 days of demonstrations next week by the opposition. Ruto remaining firm that his government will not allow the protests.
Na hakuna vile utabadilisha Kenya kwa hiyo barabara unaenda. Na hiyo barabara umeenda, mimi nataka nikuhakikishie, mimi niko na wewe macho kwa macho. Tutakutana. Haiwezekani. Maandamano haiwezi tena kufanyika katika hii taifa letu la Kenya. Hiyo wanasema Wednesday. Hiyo wanasema sijui lini. Hiyo maandamano haiwezekani. Haiwezekani.
President Ruto, who accused Odinga of interfering with past governments, revealed that though the concerns of many Kenyans on the high cost of living were valid, the route taken by the opposition will not alleviate the problem.
Wameona imebaki miezi miwili chakula ipatikane, wanatuletea makelele, wanatuletea maafa, ati njaa. Mimi nataka niwaulize, hiyo njaa itamalizwa na maandamano? Kuharibu mali ya wananchi ndio itamaliza njaa?
As President Ruto launched various development projects in Naivasha, his deputy Rigathi Gachagua was in Nakuru City for the official opening of the Nakuru National Agricultural Show. Gachagua slammed Odinga for planning the protests, saying the government will not cave in to the opposition's demands.
As a government, we have said enough is enough. Raila Odinga hatakubaliwa tena under any arrangement again to cause violence, to create deaths, to destroy property. Ile takuwa wacha ikue. Kwa sababu mtu moja hawezi subua watu miaka 40.
Gachagua took a swipe at various state actors who he says are seeking to influence their stand on the demonstrations.
We shall not give in to blackmail and let the advisors ambayo wanasunguka sisi kujaribu kutuambia ati tuongee na yeye ati apoeshwe ati aongeleshwe. This is a trend that he has formed.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki, who held a security meeting at the Nkararo Enosain cut line in Transmara, Narok County, following intermittent communal border disputes in the area, talked tough over the anti-government demos and their implication on the security of the country.
Your rights end where my rights start. Haki zako zinaishia mahali haki zangu zinaanzia. Uko na uhuru wa kutupa ngumi hewani, lakini bora usifikie pua yangu.
The opposition maintains that protests will carry on next week after a 5-day break to allow for mourning of those killed in Wednesday's protests. Azimio has called for 3 days of protests from Wednesday next week, setting the stage for a clash with government. Marianne Nyambura, Citizen TV.